called himself a publicist. One of the women, a musical composer, had a black skirt and a white blouse. She was ugly but provocative. The other, all in white, was pretty and sprightly, but her charm lacked the perverseness which is expected and usually found in Paris. She painted, she versified, she recited. With the eye of a man who had sat for years in the editorial chair of a lady's paper, I looked instinctively at the hang of the skirts. It was not good. Those vague frocks were such as had previously been something else, and would soon be transformed by discreet modifications into something still else. Candlelight was best for them. But what grace of demeanor, what naturalness, what candid ease and appositeness of greeting, what absence of self-consciousness. Paris is the self-unconscious. I was presented as le romancier anglais. It sounded romantic. I thought, what a false impression they are getting, as of some vocation exotic and delightful. If only they knew the femmes. Women is a fine word, a word which, breathed in a certain tone, will make all men, even bishops, misogynists, and political propagandists, fall to dreaming. But femmes is yet more potent. There cling to it the associations of 1,000 years of dalliance in a land where dalliance is passionately understood. The usual Paris flat, high up, like the top drawer of a chest of drawers. No passages, but multitudinous doors. In order to arrive at any given room, it is necessary to pass through all the others. I passed through the dining room, where a servant with a marked geometrical gift had arranged a number of very small plates round the rim of a vast circular table. In the drawing room my host was seated at a grand piano with a couple of candles in front of him and a couple of women behind him. See the light glinting on bits of the ebon piano and on his face, and on their chins and jewels, and on the corner of a distant picture frame, and all the rest of the room obscure. The first invitation I ever received into a purely Parisian interior might have been copied out of a novel by Paul Burget. Its lore was thus phrased, un peu de musique et d'agréables femmes. It answered to my inward vision of Paris. My experiences in London, which 15 years earlier I had entered with my mouth open as I might have entered some city of Oriental romance, had, of course, done little to destroy my illusions about Paris, for the ingenuousness of the artist is happily indestructible. Hence, my inward vision of Paris was romantic, based on the belief that Paris was essentially different. Nothing more banal in London than a little music, or even some agreeable women. But what a difference between a little music and un peu de musique! What an exciting difference between agreeable women and agréables femmes! After all, this difference remains nearly intact to this day. Nobody who has not lived intimately in and with Paris can appreciate the unique savor of that word.